Hello techies, welcome back to Microsoft Power Automate desktop tutorials. In this tutorial, I will explain you a sample web API project which we are going to use in invoke web services action as part of Power Automate desktop. Before that, we have the basic requirement to work with invoke web service action. What are the basic requirement? First one, we need a web API. In this tutorial, I will explain you a web API which I have been created. All right. If you don't have any web API, in that case, use gorest.co.in or apify.com, which a free web API are providing. Along with that, we require a Postman, which is not mandatory. It is a good idea to have a Postman to test our web API. All right. Now let me show you these things, gorest.co.in and amplify.com. Along with that, I will show you where to download the Postman. If you don't have any web API readily with you, in that case, you can use gorest.co.in. You can see the resources over here, http.gorest.co.in/public API/users. This is for the get. So to use the get method over there, you can see over here, you can use post, get, patch, put, delete, options, head. These are all the web API methods which I have. All right. In that case, if you want to use all these methods, you have to log in, or there are some of the free resources out there for the getting the data. Okay. This is the first one. Or you can use apify.com, which is also a free web API, or else you can search on Google for the free web APIs. All right. Along with that, as I told you, we require to download Postman. It is not mandatory to have the Postman readily with you, or you have to use the Postman. All right. From here, you can download the Postman app for the Windows as well as the Mac, and then you can go ahead and you can install it. I have already installed the Postman app application on my desktop. Now, I will show you a web API which I have created by using ASP.NET. If you see on my screen, I'm having localhost and the port number, that is 44312 is my port which I'm going to use for the web API. In that, you can see ASP.NET Web API help page. In the real-time scenario also, if you're going to use any web API, you will get this kind of APIs list, you will get it along with the documents. Now, if you see over here, I'm going to use employees controller over here, where you can have the get, post, put, and delete methods. These are the four methods that I'm going to use while I'm going to work with invoke web service action in Power Automate desktop. I will explain you one by one method over here. If you see the first API, that is API/employees, that I'm having get method. It is nothing but I'm going to retrieve the data from the employees by using API, that is API/employees. Next one, if you want to get the employee based on ID, in that case, you are going to use the method get, and the URL is API/employee/ and you are going to pass the ID from the URL. So this is from the URL that you are going to pass it up. Now let me show you that. I'm going to open a new tab, and after that I'm going to use API/employees. In that case, what will happen? It will get all the employees list. We will get it by using this URL. Now, if you see the output over here, I'm having all the employees list, employee 1 to employee 12. All the list has been given in XML format. How can I confirm that this employee list is given correct or not? And now, if you go for the database, I'm created a database, and you can see all the employees list over here from employee ID 1 to 12. Okay, these are all the employee information that has been retrieved from the database using web API. All right. Now I want to get the single employee details. As you can see, the second method over here, API/employee/ID. You want to pass the ID over there from the URL. So that I'm going to pass the employee ID over here as 2 over here, and then I'm going to click on enter. Now you can see employee ID 2, first name is Anurag, gender male, and last name is Mohanty, and the salary is 45,000. Now, if you go for the database, and I'm going to search for where ID equal to 2. Now you can see the output over here, ID as 2 on the Anurag, last name Mohanty, gender is male, and salary is 45,000. All right. And you can see the things over here. Now, in the same way, if you want to pass ID as well as the name, based on that, you will use get, that is API slash employees, and you will pass the employee ID. Along with that, you will pass the name over here. This is the query string that you are going to use. All right. Or else we can say from the URI, that is from the ASP.NET perspective. In the same way, if you're going to pass only name, in that case, you will use the API, that is API slash employees name equal to name. You want to pass the parameter name over here. All right. Now, I'm going to work with these 5 options over here to manipulate the data or to get the data based on my requirement. So to read the data, I'm going to use all these 5 methods. That is get method, I will use it. All right. Now I'm having one more method to create a new resource. That is, I'm going to use post method over here where I can pass the data so that I will create a new record over there. So these are all the things: post, put, delete methods. I can't use it from the browser, so that I will use the Postman. All right. I have already installed Postman on my local and I have opened it. You can see over here, I'm going to use get method over here. If you drop down over there, you can get all the methods which are related to the web API. If you see get, post, put, patch, delete, all the different methods, you can get it over here. Now, I'm going to use the same method, get method over here. Now, if you see, when I'm going to click on send, you will get the data. The output, you will get it in JSON format. You can see all the data over here in the JSON format. All right. So this is the first method, that is get method. Second one, if you want to post the data, so what is the method that we are going to use it? Over here you can see post API slash employee, right? In that case, I'm going to use the method over here as post. If I want to create a new resource, then I'm going to the body, and then I'm going to give the values over here. You can see over here, I have specified as JSON over here. What are the input that you are going to give it in text format or JSON format or XML format? Now I'm going to give it in JSON format. Now I'm going to give the values over here. ID, I'm not going to be passing it because of it's auto generated. The ID is auto generated. Now I will give first name as Sushma and last name as P. I'm going to give the gender as female, and then I'm going to give the salary as 10,000. Okay, now by using this post method, what I will do, I will create a new ID inside my database by using this web API. All right, let me click on send. Now, if you see over here, I got an output as added, and you can see the status over here 200. The status code is 200, means the request has been successfully done to the web API, and the response we got it as whatever the output we have given it over here, right? If you see in our previous session, we have talked about all the status codes which we are going to get it. Now, to see that the data has been inserted successfully into the database, there are 2 ways. Directly, we can go ahead and we can see inside the database, you can see, and you can go ahead and you can execute it. Now you can see at the 13th record, we got a new record over here as Sushma and the last name as P and the female and 10,000. These are all the details which we have inserted as by using our post method. Or else using get method, you can go ahead and you can get the details which we have added. All right. You can see over here the end of the record. The 13th record is Sushma, and first name is Sushma, and the last name is P, and the gender is female, and the name and the salary is 10,000. All right. Now This is about the post method. Now, if you see over here, I'm having put method over here where I need to update the details. Now, I will use one of the method over here that by using the URI. You can see when I'm going to click this method, inside that we are having the documents that you can see over here, the details over here, employee ID, first name, last name, gender, and the salary, which are related to the body parameters. And what are the URI? You need to pass the ID over here. And what is the request information that you can pass in such a way, API slash employee ID, and the body is the details which you need to pass it. All right. And the request format you can see over here in the JSON format. This is the sample JSON format or sample XML format you got it. All right. I'm going to update the same details over here and I'm going to give the ID as 13 over here. Let me go to the Postman and then I'm going to give the ID over here as 13 and you can see I'm going to use method as put from the Postman. And I have given a mistake over here as gender equal to female over there is a small mistake over there. I need to update that. In that case, I'm going to give the details over here in the object format or in the JSON format, and then I'm going to send the request to the web API by clicking on send. Now, if you see, the data has been updated successfully. Let's go for the database and let's execute the query once again to see the data. Now, previously we had there is a mistake in female so that we got the updated one right now with the correct value. All right. Now, there is one more method that we have that we are going to work with invoke web services, that is delete. So by using this delete option, you can see we can delete the records. Now, if you see in the API that we are having API slash employees, that if you're going to pass any employee ID from the body, that data will be deleted from the database. Over here, what is the difference? I'm going to delete it not from the URI. I'm going to delete from the body. I want to pass the value over here, not from the URI. I'm going to give the value over here as just I'm going to give directly a value as 10 over here. And then let me click on send. Now you can see the record has been deleted successfully and you got the status as 200. Okay. Now let's go to the database and you can see the ID is 10 previously that we had Preethiranjan and the Sahu is the last name and the mail. Now once I will execute that, the data will be deleted from the database table. All right. These are all the different methods that we are going to use it while I'm going to work with invoke web service action as part of the Power Automate desktop. Thank you for watching Power Automate tutorials. If you have any queries related to this concept, please post them in the comment section. I will see you in the next session. Till then, bye-bye. Have a wonderful day.